Hello, welcome to a new vlog. So it is Saturday evening. It's like almost 6 p.m. It's been a super busy day. My mom and I did our second garage sale for the second weekend and it wasn't as successful as normal, which was disappointing. But then again, it's solstice, which is like a really big thing in Alaska. A lot of festivities are going on and I'm sure a lot of people were going to those. So it was still a good garage sale. Divided in 3 ways, I was able to get $113, which is amazing because my parents and I all split the pot, so we made like $300, which is like really good. So that's amazing. And I also bought one thing at the garage sale, and it was something that my mom's friend was selling because she joined us at this garage sale. She just had a few things and she mentioned she had an air conditioner, and immediately my ears perked up. I'm like, air conditioner? What does it look like? And it's the exact air conditioner I've been wanting to buy since I moved into this house, but they cost like $400 and I just wasn't ready to invest that kind of money into something that I'm only going to use for like 4 months of the year. So I asked her how much it was and it was $150 and I immediately bought it. I'm like, I need this. And let me show you, I installed it today and I'm really proud of myself. Here she is, my big behemoth. So it's a Toshiba and it's pretty amazing. So this is the little hose. It shoots all the hot air in here. I boarded up this window with cardboard and I don't even know if y'all can hear me, but it's a beast. She's cranking out the cold air and I am so happy. Okay, I came back to my room so you could probably hear me better, but it really cranks out the cold air. Like, it was 80 degrees in my house when I got home from the garage sale. I installed that thing and it's down to 77. Like, it's really cranking out the cold air. It feels incredible in here, and I have fans going to like pull the cold air from in there and pulling it all through the house, and I'm just so happy. I've wanted one of those for so long and it's working like a dream. It was brand new. Hold on, my mom's actually calling me, but anyways, I'll chat with you all later. Hello, it is later on Saturday, so I had to just abruptly stop talking, but my mom called and I shortly went over for dinner. But it is now almost 10. I'm just now getting into bed and I am so ready to read, and I desperately need to because I have quite the reader's conundrum going on. I currently have 3 books, actually 4 books checked out from the library that are all due really soon, and I'm partway through all of them but one, which is a manga that I will be starting and finishing tomorrow, and that is Spy Family Volume 4, I believe it is, or 3. Whichever one I'm on is the one that I need to read. So I plan on like laying in bed and reading that tomorrow, like as soon as I wake up, or at least at some point tomorrow, because I just need to get it read because it's due in like 2 days. So I need to read that, and then I really seriously need to finish Hellbent because it's due on Friday at like 6 a.m. So really I need to finish it on Thursday, and I have a lot of book left. Like, I have not had time to read at all. I am on page 161 and this book is almost 500 pages. So my goal is to read a decent amount tonight and then finish maybe like 200 to 300 pages tomorrow. Margot's just getting on the bed because she is ready to go to sleep, and just try to like read as much as possible tomorrow and finish it before Thursday. Look at our sweet mama. Hi, Margot. Yeah, oh, that's her nightly routine. Look at her. You're so cute. You're so cute. She's my cutie patootie. And of course we have Halili. Can't forget about Halili. I desperately need to read Hellbent. So tomorrow is basically just finish laundry and pick up the house a little bit and read. Like, we have nothing going on, which is a first. So I'm taking advantage of it and we're gonna read like all day. Although I do need to transplant a plant that my aunt just gave me today, which is a peony, which I'm really excited. So I need to dig a hole for that tomorrow, but like, that's not a big deal. So anyways, and then also coming up soon that needs to go back to the library is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune, which as I keep going, I'm liking it more. Like I mentioned in last week's vlog, which is probably going to be paired up with the previous week's vlog because I haven't touched either of those. So you're gonna get like 2 vlogs in 1 week kind of a thing. But anyways, so it's growing on me. It's getting better the more I read it, but I still find the characters a little cringy. They're not my favorite, but I don't hate them either, and it's getting better. Like, I feel like we're kind of just easing into the story. It's a really long audiobook, which I wasn't really expecting. I mean, this book doesn't look that big, but the audiobook's like 12 hours long or something. It's really long, but the characters are fine. I think Victor is like not my absolute favorite. I kind of like Nurse Ratched or whatever her name is. Like, she's funny, but also, I don't know. I also just don't love any of the characters in here. Like, they're just fine. So it's like a 3-star read for me at the moment. I really like Hal, or Hap? I think it's Hap. I want to say Hal because I'm thinking of 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is like such a classic. But anyways, and then I am also reading Cibola Burn, which is great. Having a great time. I've been reading this off and on, trying to read a little bit every day. Honestly, haven't really touched it much, but I think I'm like 30% through the book. Really enjoying it. It's going great. So this is also due soon. So I believe In the Lives of Puppets and Cibola Burn are due on the same day, at like almost the same time. So I need to finish those. Although those are not due until like July, like early July. So like I'm not as worried about those. But Hellbent is due this week. So I need to finish this because I need the audiobook because the audiobooks are so good. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna finish Hellbent, start and finish Spy Family Volume, whatever I'm on, and then try to get through those 2 books. Plus, I need to read my book for book club, which is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, and our meeting is not this week, but next week. But also, this upcoming weekend, my parents are leaving for the weekend to go on a little trip. They're not leaving the state or anything, they're just going down to hang out with friends and stuff. So, of course, I'm gonna cat sit and have a weekend to hang out at home and do nothing but read. So I probably will be doing some reading sprints, which is exciting. I haven't done reading sprints in a while, and that'll be great. So I get Saturday, Sunday off, obviously, and then I work Monday the 3rd, and then I get the 4th off. It's my first paid holiday, which is very exciting. So I plan to kind of do like a readathon thing for like Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, even though Monday I'll be working, but like just to make it cohesive. So that's the plan, but that'll be in next week's vlog. I'm just kind of giving you all a preview, I guess. So anyways, I'm gonna get in bed now and read. I am so excited to just like lay down and read, and it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be amazing. Howdy, it is Monday evening, and it's been a really productive day, both at work and during the time I've not been at work. I got my RAM delivered today, which I'm so excited about, and for all non-computery people, I'm sure you're like a sheep. Basically, if you don't know, RAM is like efficiency for playing games. That's like the simple way of putting it. It does a lot more than that. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's the short and sweet of it. So I got 2 more sticks of RAM, and I installed it today, and oh my gosh, it went so good, and it's blazing fast. So much better than what was already in there. I just added to it, and it's amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself too for doing the research, finding the RAM. It was so expensive, but I found it, I bought it, and I'm super happy. Like, eventually I probably will gut the whole computer, get a whole new motherboard, buy everything brand new, but I'm just working with what I already got, and she's doing amazing. So anyways, let me sit you down because I have 2 books that I got in the mail today that I very much want to show you all. So the first one is one I bought using some Pango books that I had from selling some books on there. So I think I paid like $3 for this book, and that is The Wishing Game by by Meg Schaefer. I have been really wanting to read this book. It's a newer release and it's a book about books, which, if you don't know, is like one of my absolute favorite things to read about. So in this book, I'll just read you like the first little paragraph because this is what really drew me in. Years ago, a reclusive mega best-selling author quit writing under mysterious circumstances. Suddenly he resurfaces with a brand new book in a one-of-a-kind competition, offering a prize that will change the winner's life. So this book caught my attention because it's a book about books and it has a competition. Like, those two things are my favorite to read about. Also, this cover is just stunning. So really excited to get this book, and it was so cheap on Pango. There was a lot of copies being sold, but this one is the cheapest, and it is the book of the month edition, which like I don't care for, but it was cheap, so whatever. But excited to have this. Thank you to the seller. I'm very excited to read this. And of course, this next book I had to buy because literally everybody is buying this book, and that's Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I have not seen one single person not buy this book right now, and this is not the special edition. This is not the one that people are selling for like $400 on Pango, which I think is completely ridiculous. I do want to read this because like everybody's reading it, but also I really bought this book because of the dragons. Yeah, the hype is kind of keeping me intrigued, but it's really the dragons that pulled me in before the hype ever did. So honestly don't know anything about this. It does have gorgeous end pages, which we love. This book is a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. Oh my gosh, and this font is tiny! Absolutely tiny. Holy cow, I need spectacles to read this book. But I'm looking forward to reading this. I don't know when I'll read this, but I do have the audiobook on hold from my library right now, so I would like to listen to it and possibly follow along because that's always a fun moment, but we'll just see. So those are my two books that I got in the mail. So it's been a busy day. Obviously worked all day and got my RAM today, which I'm so excited about. So I installed that as soon as I got home and had dinner, came home, got an exercise in for the first time in I don't even know how long. Like, I've just been so busy I can't even think straight. So I'm really excited to get back into exercising, kind of get myself back on track. Like, I'm doing good weight-wise. Like, I'm proud of myself for not totally going off the rails even though I haven't been exercising, because what I really struggle with is overeating and also binge eating a little bit. Like, you hand me a bag of chips and I will smash those things down. Like, chips are my absolute downfall. I just love them, and I think it all started when I was like younger, and like I would like hide chips from my parents and stuff and like eat them in my room and stuff, and it was a whole thing. We're growing, we're getting better from that. So now as an adult, I don't even have chips in the house because I know I will just sit and eat the whole bag no matter what I do. I can pour it in a bowl, but then I'll just keep refilling that bowl. So like, it's just better to just keep it out of the house completely. I don't even know where I was going with that, but so I think I'm going to get ready for bed, take a shower, then curl up in bed and read Hellbent. I'm loving it. It's really good. It's not as good as Ninth House. Like, it definitely feels slower and there's not as much going on. There's definitely a lot of like starting and stopping in this book. Like, we'll have some plot progression that's really interesting and like really intense, and then it just kind of fails or like doesn't go to plan, and then it's just kind of like, oh. And so it's like we're getting all this rising action. It's really intriguing, really intense, and then it just kind of plummets and it's like, oh. And then it's like almost disappointing. So I'm not loving that. But the characters are still great, the writing is still impeccable, and I'm really dying to know how this is all going to end, but I feel like there's going to be a major cliffhanger, which I'm not excited about considering the third book has not even been announced. So, anywho, I also placed quite a few books on pre-order today. It's fine. What I love about pre-ordering on Barnes & Noble though is that they don't charge you until the book ships. So like, I can pre-order like 10 books now, but I'm not going to be charged for them until they come out. So I think I have like 10 or 12 books on pre-order for this year, one of which is actually coming out in January of 2024. But otherwise, I think I have like a book or two or more a month coming, which is just fun fun for me. Like, that's kind of like my own little book subscription thing, is I get books in the mail like every month, which I just love that. So I'm gonna get ready for bed now. I also need to film my July TBR. I kind of have a new idea that you'll probably hear about before you even see this vlog, but I want to start doing quarterly word search TBRs. I feel like the monthly ones are getting a little too overwhelming for me, considering I'm working 40 hours a week. I just don't have all that much reading time anymore, which I'm still reading a lot. Like, I think I'm gonna read like 13 books in June, which is incredible, and I've been working for the majority of June, but I just am not gonna be reading, you know, 20 books a month or whatever all the booktubers who don't work 40 hours a week can read. So I need to dial back my expectations for myself, because I am not a booktuber who stays at home and can live off doing booktube. Like, I need to work my 40-hour job to afford things. So we're just gonna, you know, dial it back a little in the reading, but I think doing quarterly word search TBRs and then the books and prompts that I get in that TBR will be spanned over 3 months, so I still have time to mood read and read what I want in between reading those books, and it won't feel like so much pressure, because I keep not reading all the books, and I feel like if it was a quarterly TBR, I would have time to read them all instead of just putting them back on the shelf because I didn't have time. So we're gonna try that out. I think it's gonna work out a lot better for me, and I believe Becca from Becca and the Books did a similar thing for her Bookopoly game, because I think it was getting too much for her as well. So I think quarterly is where we're gonna be for that. But I will be doing weekly vlogs as always, monthly TBRs, and now monthly wrap-ups. So those are like my staples. I would love to do like a themed vlog of like reading like Fourth Wing, or like reading something specific and giving you guys like a book review within the video. So let me know if you would like any of those videos, because I can certainly try to squeeze that in and make that a possibility. And then my weekly vlogs would just kind of be like lifestyle, chat with me about things that are going on while also talking about books, but it'll be more like lifestyle-y. And then I can have specific vlogs just talking about a book. So let me know if you would like that. I can certainly make that happen. Almost do like a book diary thing where the vlog is focused on like 1 or 2 or 3 books even, and then just have lifestyle weekly reading vlogs. So let me know if you like that idea. But anywho, I'm gonna get ready for bed so I can read for at least 45 minutes in bed before I need to go to sleep. So toodaloo. Hello everyone, it has been a decent while since I've chatted with you all. It is Wednesday evening. It's been a crazy week as normal, but it's going well. Like, it's been a really good week. I bought a ton of furniture for my house, I think yesterday, which was totally unexpected, but my mom follows one of my absolute favorite antique stores that is local in town, and they posted about this beautiful Greek furniture and artwork that they got, and I'm like, I have to go there. Like, they are exactly the type of thing I've been looking for this house, and I'm like, I don't even care. I have a gift card, and I need to go look at these, and I bought all the pieces, which I wasn't going to do. I was gonna maybe buy one or two, but I did the math, and then the owner was the one who actually processed our order and stuff. Like, I went to the counter and told her what I was buying, and she gave me a 10% discount, which for how much money I was spending, that actually saved a lot. So I ended up spending, I think, like $150 with like discounts, gift card, everything applied, and I'm super obsessed. Like, I feel like I'm living the dark academia life, and I'm obsessed. So before we get into the reading update, I have to show you these pieces because every time I walk into my house, I'm just gasping out loud because I'm just obsessed. So let me go show you. Starting off in my bedroom, look at this column. Look at this column and this gorgeous statue. I am absolutely obsessed. So I did some research, and this statue is of the Greek goddess. I'm gonna pronounce her name wrong, but it's Hebe? It's H-E-B-E, and she is the goddess of youth and longevity, and she's just stunning, and she's a decent height. Like, this is really tall. I think this is like 4, maybe 4.5 feet tall, and then she's at least 3.5, maybe not that tall, because it's not as tall as me, but she's just stunning, and like, oh, I'm just obsessed. Like, this is totally my art style, and I'm obsessed. It looks so good at this painting, which it has a huge glare, but it looks so good at this painting and this plant. Like, this corner just looks gorgeous. And now look at this one. So this is like, as you're coming into the house, there's the dining room over here, but there's also this, and then this leads into the rest of the house. But look at it. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. So I put some books on there with a pair of glasses and like this little fountain thing that I found on an antique store, and I just think it looks so perfect. Like, it fits that spot perfectly, and I'm obsessed. And the last piece I got is in the living room. Look at it. So it is the matching column from the one in my bedroom, and I have had this like Greek goddess head for a while and just haven't done anything with it. So I've had flowers in it, but just had it kind of in a random spot in my house, but I think it looks so perfect, and it just looks beautiful right here. I also got this statue. I'm obsessed with her. Apparently she's like a Greek dancer, and she was a gift for like Empress something, Juliet maybe, or something. Josephine, that's her name, Empress Josephine, and I love her. She's stunning. And then the last two things I got for free from one of my mom's friends because she didn't want them, and I'm like, I'll take them, is these beautiful candle stands. It's a little dark in here, but they're these like wrought iron candle stands. So I put a candle on this one on either side of the fireplace, and then this one is taller, so they're kind of like staggered. And when they're lit, it is so beautiful, and they're like out of the way of the cats. And they have a little like spike on this, so the candle is actually stuck in there, so it's not just sitting there floating. Has a nice basin where the wax can melt, and I'm obsessed. It's so cozy in here, you guys. So those were my unexpected purchases on Tuesday. I did not plan on buying that, but I couldn't leave it there. Like, I could physically not leave them there. That is like the exact type of art style and artwork that I am looking for my house, and I'm like, absolutely yes, this is a necessity, and it's so unique. So I'm obsessed with my new art pieces. I really feel feel like this house is just becoming more and more my style as I find things at garage sales and antique stores. Like, I have not bought anything brand new for this house other than like sheets. Like, everything else has been like thrifted, antiqued, or garage saled. Like, I have not bought any like new pieces. So I love that. Like, antiques are my absolute favorite thing. So I just love that kind of stuff. But anyways, as for reading, I hope y'all don't mind that, but I just had to show you all because I'm so excited. So I'm still listening to the audiobook of In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. I'm still just feeling kind of meh about this story. It definitely has picked up in plot. Like, where I'm at now, I'm like 70, almost 80% through the book, and it's definitely feeling really high stakes. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen to our characters, but at the same time, I just don't care about them very much. And I feel like I'm supposed to. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be like, oh my gosh, no, you know, I can't believe this is happening. But in all honesty, I just have very little connection to these characters. I don't know, this does not feel like the cozy story that TJ Klune has written before, like The House in the Cerulean Sea and the other one that I'm not able to think of. But those two are like super cozy, heartwarming, beautiful stories. And it feels like this one's trying to emulate that feeling. But for me, robots are just not cozy. And I don't know if I've talked about this yet in this vlog, but I'm starting to realize robots are just not my thing. At least not in the way it's done in this story. And it's getting a little tiresome to listen to the audiobook in the way that the narrator narrates this story. The robots have a very grating voice. Like, hearing them talk for a long period of time really gets on my nerves. So I feel like maybe the audiobook was not the best choice for this, but it's going well, and I feel like it's an interesting exploration on humanity and a kind of dystopian, creepy look into what our future could look like, especially with the uprising in AI and the advancements that that's seeing. I feel like this book is kind of giving us a really creepy possible future for humanity in which humans are extinct almost and robots have taken over. It's basically just robots and animals, and it's just kind of weird. So not sure how I feel about this. I still feel like it's a 3-star read for me. Like, it's good. I would recommend this probably, but I'm just not like over the moon loving it like I was with the other 2 books I've read by this author. And I will most definitely be reading Wolfsong, I believe, in July, because I just ordered the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and I'm going to try to read that in July. Like, as soon as I get my copy, I'm going to try to read it, because if I love it, I want to pre-order books 2, 3, and 4 in the Barnes & Noble special editions, because I cannot get my hands on this book. I have tried Pango, and people want stupid amount of money for a copy of his originally published book, and I can't find it anywhere. So Barnes & Noble is releasing special editions of it, which I don't love the covers. I think the self-published covers are much nicer, but I had to take what I could get at this point because I really want to read this story because I love werewolves, and it just sounds great. And I just watched Maddie's vlog the other day where she read it, and I'm like, I need this series. So I pre-ordered book 1, so I will be trying to read that as soon as I get it, so I can determine if I should pre-order books 2, 3, and 4. But anywho, continuing on with updates. I am over halfway through Cibola Burn by James S.A. Corey, and I am liking this one. I'm not liking it as much as the 3rd book. I definitely feel like this one's feeling kind of 3-star-ish as well. There has just been a really catastrophic event in the book that has really hooked my attention, and I'm like, ooh. Like, I feel like this series really goes through phases of like really high intensity interest for me, and then it kind of wanes and I'm like, wow, this is really boring, and it has like a lull. By the next chapter I could be hooked and flying through the pages. So it's very up and down with this series, which I feel like it's a very 3 to 4 star series for me. I really enjoy it, but it's not like fantastically amazing the best, but it's a good time. So I'm enjoying it, and the audiobook is great for this series. I really enjoy it. My bookmark is not accurate at all. I think I'm like in the 300 page mark area, but regardless, it's going good. I should be able to finish it possibly this weekend because, like I have probably mentioned in this vlog, I'm doing a little weekend readathon by myself because my parents are going camping and I'm staying behind to cat sit, and also I have to work Monday, but my parents took that day off because they're camping, so it just made sense for me to stay home. So I just plan on having snacks and reading all day. Like, that's basically my whole plan for the weekend. So I'm just planning on finishing up all these reads lingering so I can get started on July. So I am also reading Hellbent, and I should be able to finish that either tonight or tomorrow. I ended up skipping my workout because I simply just ran out of time with all my chores I had to do. So I will be reading more tonight than I would if I had exercised, which I know I probably shouldn't skip workouts, but I just simply ran out of time. Anywho, Hellbent is going great, and the last chapter I read, I squealed because I was so excited about what happened. So I'm very, very, very eager to read the last, like, less than 100 pages I have, and it's going fantastic. So those are my plans in regards to reading, just finishing up all these things. I should hopefully be able to finish Hellbent in this vlog, give you all some final thoughts on that, and then in my next vlog, I don't know if I want to do just a weekend vlog, like have that be its own thing, or just tie it into the weekly vlog itself. I may just do a weekend vlog, take a week off vlogging so I can like edit and stuff, and then get back into it like next week, at the end of next week. But we'll just see, I don't know. So that is gonna be it for this update, and I will come chat with you all likely on Friday because I know I'm probably gonna forget to update you all tomorrow about my reading and things. Howdy, you look a little crooked, like you're a little like slanted, but anywho, hi, it is Thursday, so I'm actually updating you on Thursday instead of Friday, which is unexpected, but I have a package of skincare products that I just want to open with y'all, and I also have a reading update, so let's just do it all, you know? I'm surprised these didn't explode with how loosely these were thrown in here. So first of all, I got a foaming facial cleanser from CeraVe. This was literally how they packaged it. Nothing on the top, like she could have just exploded into a big mess, and I'm really shocked it didn't. I thought I would try this as my morning cleanser because the cleanser I use right now is from Mary Kay, and it's like so expensive, and I just want to like test this out and see if I like it any better because it's like a fraction of the cost, and if it works just as good or better, I'm gonna switch to CeraVe. And then I also got a retinol serum because my dermatologist told me I should really try a retinol for my really large pores and pimples and all that, so she said to try one, and I just never got around to doing it, and I saw CeraVe had one for a really like cheap price, so I bought it. We'll see how it does. And then this I've heard nothing but incredible things about, and I am completely out of like my charcoal mask that I use, so I got this Dead Sea mud mask which had just glowing reviews from everybody, and apparently it smells really good, so I was hoping to like pop the top and smell it. I don't think it smells like amazing, but it doesn't smell bad. I'm gonna put the lid back on because it has a bunch of product on it which I would use. So like, it doesn't smell terrible, but like I wouldn't say it's the best thing ever. But I'm excited to try this. I might try this tonight because I just wanna, you know, it says to use it twice a week, so I could do like Wednesdays and Sundays or something, because Sunday's typically my like take care of myself day. So anywho, these are my products I got, and I'm looking forward to trying them out. So for my reading update, I listened to the rest of Hellbent today while I was getting ready for work, and this was great. And I'm dying for book 3. Like, oh my gosh, I need book 3 like today. And of course, there's no information on when book 3 is even gonna happen, but I really like this book a lot. I liked that the characters struggled, and their mission throughout the entire book was not something that was accomplished once. Like, they tried multiple times to get what they wanted from what they were trying to do, and I'm glad they didn't just get it, because I feel like in YA, a lot of the times characters will be on a mission or some sort of quest, and they will try one time and get exactly what they needed, and that's just not realistic. Like, it's realistic to struggle and fail and then grow from that and try something new and different, and I really appreciated that about this book, that it can be realistic realistic and just portray that. Like, I appreciated that. So I just loved it, and I love that there's two different narrators for both Ninth House and Hellbent. I think that just really adds to the characters, and the narrators do such a good job bringing the story to life, especially the narrator for Alex's portions. Like, oh my gosh, she is incredible. Like, I need to find more books that she narrates because she's really good. So I gave it 4 stars in the end. It's not quite a 5 for me, but it was really good. It kind of had a bit of second book syndrome for me, where it felt like we're getting over a hurdle to then really have a really explosive third book, and I feel like this book was just kind of a middle book, kind of to bridge us to book 3, but it was still really good, and it did accomplish some good things that book 1 kind of left us hanging on. So it was a great sequel. Would definitely recommend this series, and I'm really glad I finally read this. And I read it when it came out. Like, I read it in 2023 instead of waiting, you know, like 3 years or whatever to read it. I seriously need to like hurry up and get my chores done because it's like 8:30 almost. I was helping my parents kind of get ready for their camping trip. I washed the motorhome with my dad, and I'm just like sopping wet. Like, there is just no graceful way to wash something that is just so tall. So I'm just kind of soaked, and so I need to make my lunch. I need to pack a book that I sold on Pango. I need to pick out my outfit for tomorrow, which thankfully it's casual Friday, so I'm allowed to wear blue jeans and like a hoodie, which if I could wear that every day, I most certainly would, but I work in government. That is just not appropriate attire to wear every day to work. But I need to do that. I need to play with the cats. I kind of feel bad. I haven't really like hung out with them much the past few days. I kind of have just been like feeding them and then leaving for work, feeding them when I get home and then leaving for dinner, coming home, racing around the house, trying to get stuff done and then going to bed. So I kind of want to, you know, dedicate some time to them tonight if I can, and also this weekend. And I'm so excited. Tomorrow is my last day of work for the weekend. I do work Monday, but then I got Tuesday off, and it's just gonna be a great time. So I'm gonna go do all my chores, and I will come chat with you all tomorrow to finish off the vlog and give you any final reading updates. But yeah, this is getting uncomfortable. I've been having to like kind of crouch over to talk to y'all, so we'll chat. Hello, I'm here to close out the vlog. I meant to do that yesterday on Friday and I never did. So now it is Saturday. I actually had already kicked off my weekend readathon vlog when I realized I didn't close out last week's vlog. So basically just coming to say goodbye. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you made it this far into the video, comment some rabbit emojis in honor of Hellbent, because there is a giant bunny on the cover of that book, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye.